Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you as always for tuning in. Today I want to talk to you about how to build rapport with people, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your sales career, or whether it's in your business. And I want to start by defining what rapport even means and what it really entails. And then I want to show you one strategy. I want to explain to you one strategy on how you can build rapport with people that's going to serve you forever like it has served me. Just before we get into it, you know what to do. Make sure to smash that like button, comment your thoughts below so we can engage. I'd love to answer any questions that you have, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm looking forward to bringing you a ton more nuggets and gold when it comes to sales, when it comes to business, and when it comes to life and motivation and discipline and all the things that I personally love to dive into and I know that you get value from as well. So all that being said, let's get right into a report. So first things first, a lot of salespeople and entrepreneurs might know what rapport means because it's such a commonly used word and it's such a huge part of selling, but a lot of other people might not know what that means. And even if you do think you know what it means, let me just read you the definition to make sure that you actually understand it on a deeper level. So rapport by definition means a close and harmonious relationship in which the people or groups concerned understand each other's feelings or ideas and communicate well. So again, rapport is about understanding each other's feelings and ideas and communicating well on those ideas. And that obviously is very important in selling and negotiating and closing deals because building rapport is the underlying foundation to exactly what you want to accomplish. To you selling your product or service to somebody else and exchanging that for money or credit or whatever it might be, or for other goods or for a favor, whatever that exchange is, that's all sales. Sales is a part of everyday life. That's why rapport is so important. That's why building rapport is part of everyday life. So I want to get into how you can do that. And I just want to highlight one strategy, one main strategy that I've always used in my personal life, in my sales career, in my business, and that I've taught to a lot of other people that's helped them build rapport at a very high level. Above and beyond that strategy, you can go and look into other things, and we'll continue to discuss other things on this channel as well on how to build rapport and how to improve your sales process and your negotiating skills and your closing skills and everything else that comes with it. But this one strategy is by far the most important, and I want to make sure that I share that with you here, and I want to make sure that you grasp it on a deeper level. So here it is, the one strategy that you can use to build rapport with people in your day-to-day life, in sales and in business is agreement. Yes, you heard that correctly, agreement. It's staying in agreement with people and knowing how to get consistent agreement from people and knowing how to take people down a process, whether it's a sales process or just a conversation that you're having, using micro agreements, so little agreements along the way until you can come to a bigger conclusion, you can come to a bigger agreement together. And this also falls hand in hand with one of the biggest things that you don't ever want to do in life, in sales and business, which is making people wrong. You don't ever want to make other people wrong, even if they are wrong. You don't want to make them wrong. You don't want to make them feel wrong. You don't want to let them know that, no, you're wrong on this specific thing, because that's the first way you can break agreement, you can break rapport, and now you don't have that communication with that person. You don't have that relationship with that person anymore, and you've essentially burned yourself from closing that deal, but also you've burned that relationship, that healthy, effective communication that you could have had. So I want to give you that strategy, which is to build agreement. And that doesn't mean agree with what everybody says and actually agree with it and go along with it. That doesn't mean the customer is always right, like you hear in sales or in business, or you hear a lot of big companies preach that. It means none of that. What agreement and building agreement and micro agreement and all that means is acknowledging them and letting them know that you understand them, you heard them, you see it from their perspective, right? So you agree in terms of why they're saying what they're saying. You understand why they're saying what they're saying. You understand their perspective, but then you can move on to take them down the communication that you want to, take them down the sales process that you want to, and continue that conversation. But that agreement allows you to do what the definition of rapport said, which is to understand each other's ideas and feelings and communicate that well. So if something happens in a conversation or in your sales process and you're on your way to building rapport with this person or with this prospect in front of you, and they tell you something that you're not in agreement with or something that you don't want to hear in regards to your product or your service, You don't want to jump the gun. You don't want to make them wrong. You don't want to break that rapport, break that relationship that you already have. So you want to stay in agreement. You want to treat them pleasantly, and you want to let them know that you understand their feelings and their thoughts and communicate that effectively, and then continue to get micro agreements along the way. And then of course, reach the conclusion that you want, which is to have a healthy, effective communication with that person that's received both ways, and also to close the deal, to take that to a conclusion, to whatever the conclusion of that interaction is. You want to get there, and you want to get there in agreement. Now, if you're asking, how do I get micro agreements, or what even is that? Or how do I get micro commitments, and what even is that? That's a whole different topic for a whole different video. And obviously I do a lot of sales training. I do a lot of consulting and working with salespeople and entrepreneurs. So I'd love to help you out personally as well. You can check the link in the description below to get more information on that. And we don't have time to go into all of that here. The main thing that I want you to take away here is the way you build rapport with people is by staying in agreement with people and building constant agreement, and making sure that at all times during your conversation, if you want to have an effective conversation that leads to a conclusion that both sides are happy with and that you're happy with, you want to stay in agreement with people. So that's the main thing I want you to take away, and that's the main strategy that you can use to build rapport, again, in your day-to-day life or in your business. So I hope you got value out of that, and now you feel confident with building rapport with people, whether it's in your day-to-day life with friends and with family and in your relationships, or it's in your sales career and your business. I hope that gave you the tools necessary. And all that being said, make sure to smash that like button as always, comment your thoughts below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video.